The laugh died in the classroom, the moment the door creaked open. No one expected the truth to arrive in polished shoes and quiet authority. The confrontation had already ignited before the chalk dust could settle. Mrs. Harlan stood at the front of the sunlit classroom, lips thin, eyes sharp, holding a small blue worksheet like evidence. "Don't lie to me again," she said, voice slicing through the warm air. "Your mother does not command soldiers. That's not how the world works." A few students snickered. Others stared at their desks. 12-year-old Marcus kept his eyes forward, jaw tight, hands clenched so hard his knuckles burned. "Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening." Marcus had learned early that words could bruise. He'd learned it in playgrounds, in grocery stores, and now here, where sunlight streamed through wide windows and the American flag stirred gently in the breeze. His mother had told him to be honest, always. But honesty felt dangerous when adults decided what was believable. "She's a general," he said softly. "She's at the base today." Mrs. Harlan's smile was thin and triumphant. "Enough. Sit down." The room shifted. Chairs creaked. A pencil rolled off a desk and clattered like a dropped coin. Marcus sat, heart pounding, shame crawling up his neck. He wondered if he should have stayed quiet. He wondered if truth was worth this feeling. Across the room, a girl bit her lip. A boy frowned, uneasy. The bell hadn't rung yet. Time stretched. Outside, tires whispered over asphalt. Footsteps approached. No one noticed at first. They rarely do. Mrs. Harlan launched into her lesson, but her words blurred. Marcus stared at the door. He didn't know why. He just did. His mother had said she'd try to make it. She'd said that before. She thought she'd never see him again. She was wrong. The door opened with a soft knock. Air moved through the room, cool and decisive. Conversations died mid-breath. A woman stood in the doorway, posture straight, hair pulled back with precision. Sunlight caught the silver stars on her shoulders. 4 of them, calm, unmistakable. The room seemed to inhale all at once. "I'm here for my son," she said, voice steady, carrying without effort. Marcus Reed. Mrs. Harlan's face drained of color. The worksheet slipped from her fingers. Papers fluttered to the floor like startled birds. "I didn't realize," she began, but the words tangled and fell apart. The general stepped inside. Every movement was measured, not for show, but from habit. Command followed her like a shadow. Students straightened. A few parents in the hallway paused, sensing the shift, peering through the glass. Whispers rippled. Someone gasped. Marcus stood, legs trembling. His mother met his eyes, and in that look was apology for the days she'd missed, pride for the truth he'd held, and fierce love sharpened by years of service. She placed a hand on his shoulder. It grounded him. "I teach my son never to lie," she said, turning to Mrs. Harlan, "and I expect adults to listen before they judge." The classroom was silent, except for the hum of the lights. Moral weight pressed down. This wasn't about rank. It was about dignity. Mrs. Harlan swallowed. "I'm sorry," she whispered. It sounded small in the bright room. The general nodded once. No victory speech. No anger. Just resolve. "We all make mistakes," she said. "What matters is what we do after." Outside, the bell rang at last. Life rushed back in. Lockers slamming. Footsteps. Voices. But something had changed. Students watched Marcus differently now. Not with awe, with respect. Later, in the courtyard, sunlight warmed the concrete. The general crouched to Marcus's level. "You did right," she said. He nodded, a smile breaking through. He felt taller, lighter. Because truth doesn't need volume, it needs courage. And sometimes in the brightest daylight, the door opens, and the world finally sees who was telling the truth all along. If this story moved you, share where you're watching from and what moment stayed with you. Subscribe for more stories where quiet courage changes everything.